Yeah, buddy, look at this. Pink Elfie. I love the black one, but a lot of people are hating on this. A lot of people are saying it's a flyaway drone. Dude, I never had it fly away. But guess what? I figured out how to get it to fly away, and I'm going to show you that it will fly away. And the reason it's going to fly away, one, because you don't know how to connect to it properly. And two, because you're probably using a smartphone that thinks it's smarter than you. And the combination of the two, you not knowing how to connect to it properly and the smart drone thinking it's smarter than you, will result in this thing flying a mile to 2 miles away. And if you don't want to go chase it, you just lost your drone. So the Elfie drone, to connect to it properly, you need to go into your smart device settings. You need to turn off mobile data. You need to forget your Wi-Fi home network. And then you need to connect to it. It will stay connected then. If you do this any other way, there's a good possibility that this thing's going to go for a fly, and if you don't want to hike after it or you live in a city, it's gone. I promise you that. So what we've done here is we've connected to it with our mobile data on. We've connected to it without forgetting our home network, and this thing's going. This thing's increasing in altitude and continuing north. So I'm following it. I'm going to show you how to get your Elfie back if you didn't connect to it properly. If you've been watching me a long time, you know I've only ever lost one drone, which I'm pretty sure a gnome came up out of the ground and grabbed it, because I have video confirmation of where it went and was never able to find it. But this thing is sky high. This thing is a pinprick in the sky. If I have to guess, I'm saying 400 to 500 feet this thing's pushing, moving north fairly quickly. So how are we going to get it? How are we going to get our drone back because we did not connect properly? We're going to follow it. Plain and simple, we're going to follow it. This was not a fully charged battery. This was a battery that was about halfway drained. So in theory, this should only fly for about 3 minutes, about 4 minutes, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm going to be following it a lot longer. And again, I'm going to reiterate how to connect to this in case you just chimed in or you skipped over the video. The Elfie drone, you need to go into your smart device, shut off your mobile data. Forget your home Wi-Fi, especially if you're next to it. Forget any other Wi-Fi if you're around them. Otherwise, you're going to connect to the Elfie drone. Your smart device is going to see it doesn't have internet connectivity. It's going to try to pull it from somewhere else. If you have mobile data on, it's going to try to connect to your 3 or 4G, whatever you have. If you do not have that, and you do have your mobile data off, and you did not forget about your, you did not click forget on the other Wi-Fis around you, it is going to disconnect from the Elfie and try to connect elsewhere to give you internet, because that's its goal. Your goal is to fly the drone, and if you do not do these parameters properly, this is exactly what's going to happen. So again, guys, this thing's a pinprick. I'm watching it. Fortunately, I do believe the battery is dying, and the way I think the battery is dying is I'm perceiving it as dropping. There's a good possibility it's still continuing north and just getting smaller and smaller and not dropping, but this is recorded after the fact, so I promise you it is dropping. What I have in front of me is what is considered the abyss. It's a huge drop down into the earth that was strip mined years ago. If I went down there and tried to keep following it, I would have lost my visual confirmation of the drone. So I stayed on higher land, that way I could keep an eye on it. This thing is dropping. It has dropped, so guess what I'm going to do? If you've been watching me for a while, you know what I say. If you lose a drone, if the drone gets away from you and you saw it drop, walk straight. I don't care what you have to walk through. I'm walking through small trees. I'm walking through thorns and brush. I'm walking straight. If you walk straight, you're going to walk right up on it. I promise you that. I've done it time and time after again. And besides the one drone that has eluded me, which again, I'm pretty sure a troll popped up out of the earth and grabbed it because I have visual confirmation of where it was. This has worked for me every single time I've been able to find the drone. So we're continuing down this, and I'm going to get really tired by the end of this. I've recorded over this just to be able to explain things to you. And by the time I get up on this, I'm going to have very heavy breathing. I'm a very athletic guy, but to be climbing up and down things like this, unless you do it every day, which I don't do it every day, I probably do it maybe once or twice a month, you're gonna get tired. And that's why I'm trying to tell you guys. This video is not meant to say, hey, if you lost your Elfie, you're a dummy. No, by all means, it's not meant to do that. This video is meant to keep you guys to keep your drone, to fly your drone, have fun with your drone. That way you don't have to go through what I'm showing you in this video. Because again, if you live in the city, you can't do this. You can't follow the drone increasing in altitude going in one direction. Because there's a good possibility it's just going to go over the city limits where you're no longer able to see it because there's tall buildings, there's small buildings. And by the time the battery does die, there's a good possibility it's on top of a building. And then how are you going to get it? So again, this is to help you guys. I'm going to say it again, just because I'm saying it again as I'm climbing this hill here. To connect to this drone, disable your data, disable your mobile data, your Wi-Fi, disable your mobile data, your Wi-Fi networks that you generally connect to that you are near, you need to forget about them. Click forget. If they're password protected, get the password again, retype it in, don't be lazy, otherwise you'll lose your drone. Then connect to the Elfie. Then you'll be able to fly it. You'll be able to fly it no problems. With the cell phone, you have to do this. Touchpads like Amazon Fire, stuff like that, you don't have mobile data, so you don't have to worry about it, but it'd still be smart to forget those Wi-Fi networks. And right away I can see it. I can see the lights blinking, I can see the pink drone. I have it. Again, guys, this was informational for you. I hope somebody learned something by this. If you had a flyaway, go get another one and fly it properly. Take care.